Happy 4th of July. Today is July 4th, 2022. I've been asked by many friends and colleagues on how to clean a sidearm or a gun, whatever civilians want to call it. I have already separated the magazine from my weapon. I will put it far away on the other side or in my pocket, somewhere where it has no access. We don't want to mix the rounds with the weapon. This is a Glock 26 9mm. First, we're gonna clear it and show the safe way of clearing it, and then we'll go into details of assembly and cleaning. So the best thing to do is to rack it a few times. Obviously, it's pointed in the safe direction, but there's nobody behind. I'm sitting in my garage, so it's a safe area. I know that area is already cleared of any life, human beings particularly. So the weapon is cleared. I'm gonna lock the weapon to lock the slide to the back so I can investigate the area of the chamber, make sure no rounds are stuck in there, and by visually checking and physically checking the area of the barrel and the magazine, make sure there are no objects stuck in there, particularly bullets is what I'm looking for, or rounds. And then we'll start the disassembly process. I'm gonna slide this forward and cup it back, there's a spring here from each side of the weapon. We're gonna grab these springs, cup it, grab the spring, release it, shoot it. Once you shoot it, the slide comes off, okay? That's why it's very, very important to make sure there are no bullets stuck in the weapon, okay? All right, we're gonna start assembling it. I'm going slow, okay? That doesn't mean I go this slow when I'm cleaning, okay? I just wanna go over a few important items. That's why it's very important for me to go slow. All right, the cleaning kit. I do have a cleaning kit. It's a good idea to invest in a cleaning kit. You don't get cheap by using old rags because they contain a lot of particles that you don't want to get into your gun. So, as a good method, any CLP is good. This one is Slip 2000 gun lubricant. It doesn't matter what brand. Any gun cleaning CLP is good. It's gonna lubricate, it's gonna clean, it's gonna, keep your, gun clean for long use. I like to use three small patches or rags, one big one at the end, so I can do a general wipe down. There's no set rule. You can use whatever method you want. I got a plastic brush, another plastic brush, brass brush, small pick, whatever you want to call it, in case there's some hard residue buildup in areas I'm going to talk about, and then the rod. It's like push rod or whatever that we can attach these two items in, and it actually spins. It has a spin in it. So when your brush goes inside the barrel, it spirals around the grooves and cleans every aspect of the groove, of the spiral thing in the barrel. All right, we're gonna take the plastic brush and we're gonna brush excessive and outside powder buildup or dust, whatever you want to call it. Let's keep this here. So brush all this stuff away. Brush the outside of the barrel. We'll go into the inside later, show you what the important parts are. The spring, the weapon itself. It's a good habit to always stay away from the trigger. Even if I'm holding it with non-shooting hand, I still stay away from the trigger. I don't want to keep my hand my index finger anywhere near the trigger. It's like just like, you know, automatically built after you practice it for a long time. Just a safe thing to do. All right, plastic brush, set it aside. Now I want to talk about two important components when it comes to cleaning your weapon. So there's a small group catch here. It's like its job is to catch the shell and extract it outside the weapon. Okay, this is the extraction thing. It's very small. You gotta make sure. That's why I'm using this tool. We gotta clean any residue, any hard residue buildup in this area. That's like number one thing to clean. Some people will disagree. Some people tell me the barrel is number one. It does not matter whether it's the barrel, that. You gotta get to clean all of them, okay? In the field, you're in the battlefield, or you're engaging in high rate of fire, you probably want to clean the barrel first, because this is where the projectiles are coming out of. Needless to say, this and this are very important to clean first. So we will inspect it, we'll clean it. My weapon is already clean. That's why I'm not gonna go into, you know, cleaning it. But if there was any buildup, I would use this pick to go in and clean up any residue before I even start using the brushes and the rags. Okay. Also, around the barrel here, any rubbing areas or any sharp areas, make sure they are clean, clear of any hard residue. Okay, just clean it. Don't be afraid. This is not gonna scratch. It's made of such a high quality metal that it's not gonna scratch. Nothing here to go crazy about except brushing it like we did earlier with the plastic brush. And now we're gonna go more intrusive into the weapon and cleaning it with a second brush, round brush that we're gonna attach to the rod. We're gonna hold the rod from here because we don't want it to spin. And we're gonna secure this plastic rod on here. We're gonna wrap a cloth on here. And we're gonna clean the barrel with it. You wanna keep your hand away from the rod now. Here. Push it in and out a few times. I don't know what's your magic number. About 10 times is good. Okay, that's good. Just want to clear extra stuff that has been there. Now we could, if my weapon is too dirty, I could use the same one to apply oil or lubricant and clean it with, or throw it away, use another one. That's why we have a few of them. So basically what I would do is loop it on here, taking advantage of its already well put position. Like I said, my weapon's already clean, so nothing to go crazy about. Okay. This thing keeps coming off, so I have to secure it and drop a couple of drops. Okay. I will lubricate it with this thing right here. Make sure. Not lubricate. We're not lubricating. We're still cleaning. We're still rubbing, and cleaning residue out of the barrel. Okay. After this is done, I'm gonna use the metal. Why? The copper. The copper brush will take care of any excessive buildup. So this is more intrusive now to the barrel. See? Remember, we clean it with a pick. We clean that area and that area with a pick. And now we go with the brushes. Now we're using the copper brush okay? You never wanna clean from the outside of the barrel to the inside of the barrel. You always wanna start from the inside to the outside, okay? Even if it comes out a little, that's fine. Just let it freely spiral in and out, okay? Now we're gonna remove this. We're done with this. Remember, we used it to clean first, so we put the dirty rags or cloth here on the left. I start from my right, and everything I don't want I put on the left, farther left. All right. And these are special cloths. Don't get cheap on cloth. I said that before. And they still release some kind of, see, some kind of material that's harmful for your weapon. Okay, and this is the good stuff. So imagine if you use cheap cloth from home, you know, that's gonna be even worse. You don't want any residue, any type of tack in there or dust, any form. You want your weapon to be clean. We'll get to that later. So you want it oiled and clean, lubricated, dry. Dry. The secret word is dry. Especially when you go to areas where it's cold. You know. So if you want your gun to function properly, it has to be dry, cleaned from lubricants and oils. When you go to colder areas, you want it even more dry, because that lubricant that says all the good stuff about it here in the bag, that it's not gonna, you know, get hard or whatnot. Still, when it's under extreme weather conditions such as extreme cold, it will start to get hard. The oil will still start to get hard. So we want to keep it dry at all times. All right. So we've cleaned it first with lubricant, the barrel. Then we use the copper to clean the barrel. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a brass also brush, which I do. But like I said, I already cleaned it prior to this. So it would be a brush that looks exactly like this, but brass, and you would brush all the areas that are rubbed. Like here, there's a slide here. Okay. It sits on the gun itself, on the lower, and it puts the weapon back all together. So with the brass, you will go around all the areas. You can even use this little brush right here. All the areas that are rubbed, and you will rub the brass thing on it, the brass brush. Okay. This obviously does not have much metal on it to rub. This does not have much metal on it to rub. Alright, so the slide itself, like we said earlier, the area where it catches the shell and dumps it out. Clean it. Alright. And then we wipe them down. We want to make sure we get rid of all the excessive stuff that we've been rubbing off or cleaning off. I would have dumped the brass. I would use the plastic to run the cloth in there. Run it through. Make sure it's going through every groove. All right. Same thing here. Same thing here. I mean, this weapon is clean. Sometimes I feel bored. I sit there and I clean my Glock. Okay? So it's always clean. I always find an excuse to clean it. Always keep the discipline of keeping your finger off the trigger. Same area here. Alright folks, so it's taking longer than usual. It usually does not take me this long. Within about 2 minutes, I'm usually done with cleaning my weapon. Alright. We can go ahead and lubricate sensitive areas, especially where the moving components are. This is spring loaded right here. This right here is spring loaded. I'm not gonna use metal against metal. So it wouldn't hurt to drop a couple of CLP or oil lubricant in there and work it to keep it in good condition. Remember, this we're talking about the slide area, okay? And we're talking in particular about Glock. I'm sure other weapons have different areas that need to be extra lubricated. All right. I'm not gonna lubricate the barrel because this is where all the firing is happening. Okay. Excessive lubricant is not good. We already dry cleaned it. It's clean. Basically, I didn't go into too much cleaning because, like I said, it's already clean. But extra cleaning, don't get cheap on those little cloths. Okay, they sell them in any gun shop. They come with a kit. Extras don't hurt. The last thing you want is extra oil dripping out of your weapon. That's embarrassing. That's not good. Especially in states that are not supportive of concealed pistol carry, like Illinois. So we don't want to scare the left too much. All right, so now we're gonna assemble the weapon. We're not gonna assemble it fast. This is a cleaning video. Basically, the barrel goes first. Make sure it's in locking position back. Spring next. This little groove here goes in here. Fat area goes here. Then we're gonna pull it back and set it where it's supposed to be right here. When you do this many times, you will do this blindfolded. My son, I have a video of my son doing this blindfolded when he was only 8 years old. The weapon is clean. I'll grab this cloth. Like I said, don't get cheap on cloth. And you see the different size of the cloth. This is big. These are small. This is big. I use the big one to give it a nice wipe down. Even if I know 100% my weapon is clear, I still maintain my finger off the trigger. This is not a joke. You never know who's gonna pop. Even if a bird flies into your area, you don't want to kill a bird for no reason unless you're hungry and you want to eat it. Don't take any life unnecessarily unless you have to. A bird to eat it or a criminal to defend your family. You know, it's all the same.